Well, how's boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Tuesday, August 17th, 2021, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Ben Platt took the stage on Late Night with Seth Meyers. The 27-year-old actor performed his song I Want to Love You, But I Don't during Monday's episode of the NBC Late Night show. The pre-tape performance shows Platt performing in a barn with wooden walls. Platt was joined by musicians on guitars, keyboard, and drums. I Want to Love You, But I Don't appears on Platt's new album, Reverie. Platt released a music video for the song earlier Monday that shows him in the same building as his late night performance. In his interview on Late Night, Platt says he felt lucky to have his family and friends during the making of Reverie. He said, absolutely, especially Noah Gavlin, who is my boyfriend and who I spend most of the pandemic with as well. And to play music with him and let it just be kind of something just for us, for my friends, and for my family. Platt says seeing his loved ones enjoy his new music and listening to it in their own lives help relieve, quote, a lot of the anxiety and worry that comes with putting something out that has so many little personal nuggets and experiences in it. He also said, for the better, for the people who matter the most, and to already be kind of listening to it and jamming to it and appreciating it, it makes that feel smaller in a good way. Platt released Reverie on Friday and will support the album with a 2022 tour. Henry Golding, Lucy Liu, and more have been set as the voice cast for Star Wars Vision, an anthology series told through the style of Japanese anime that's coming to Disney Plus on September 22nd. Star Wars Vision will consist of 9 shorts produced by a collection of anime studios, with each installment featuring a different voice cast and art style. Golding stars in an episode Akakiri, along with Jamie Chung, George Takei, Keon Young, and Lorraine Toussaint. Lucy Liu appears in the duo with Brian T. and Jaden Waldman. Karen Fukuhara, Nicole Sakura, Christopher Sean, Kerry Hikuyuri Takawa, Andrew Kishino, and Stephanie Shett stars in The Village Bride. David Harbour, Jordan Fisher, and James Hong make up the voice cast for The Elder. Neil Patrick Harris, Alison Brie, and Jonathan Lippo star in The Twins. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Bobby Monahan, Tamira Morrison, Shelby Young, and Mark Thompson star in Tanuni Rhapsody. And Kyoko Glenn, Andrew Kishino, Sim Liu, Maski Oska, Greg Chan, Neil Kaplan, and Michael Sintiglakis star in the Ninth Jedi. And Jan Walden and Kyle Chandler star in TOB1. The series can also be viewed with the original Japanese voice cast. Epic lifesaver duels light up the screen in a trailer released on Tuesday, which showcases the various art styles that will be presented in Visions. Notorious bounty hunter Boba Fett, who will be voiced by Morrison, also makes a brief appearance in the clip. Disney Plus recently renewed the fellow Star Wars animated series The Bad Batch for a second season. Marie Kondo uses her tidying skills and methods to help others organize their lives in the new trailer for Sparkling Joy. Sparkling Joy is Kondo's follow-up series to Tidy Up, where the 36-year-old uses her teachings to help transform a new cast of families beyond their homes. Kondo will work with 3 deserving businesses, their owners and employees, in helping them to find joy in their everyday life. The organizing consultant will help a father pass his business off to his son and help a pair of hardworking moms to find time for themselves. The synopsis reads, in this reality, Marie Kondo brings her joyful tidying tactics to people struggling to balance work and home life and share her own world. Sparkling Joy with Marie Kondo is coming to Netflix on August 31st. Kondo gave birth to her 3rd child's son with her husband Takumi Kawahara in April. The couple, who married in 2021, also shared daughters Satsuki and Miko. Melissa McCarthy and Jimmy Fallon competed against each other in a game of Hey Robot on The Tonight Show. Hey Robot, a password-like game, involves McCarthy and Fallon taking turns to ask a smart speaker questions in an attempt to get get it to say a random word. The pair used Amazon's Alexa smart speaker on Monday, which featured McCarthy's voice. McCarthy said, "My kids, I think, are very rattled by it, and Ben likes to talk to it a lot. I guess they really needed a nasal, Chicago voice," about voicing Alexa while mentioning her husband Ben Falcone. McCarthy and Fallon were able to get the Alexa to say chameleon, even after the comedian asked about a lizard that changes colors. The Alexa instead gave out a scientific term for a lizard using McCarthy's voice. McCarthy also struggled with getting the device to say meditation before Alexa started playing meditation music. The final word was jerk, with Fallon able to win after getting Alexa to mention the Jerky Boys. The actress later discussed with Fallon the experience of recording dialogue for Alexa. She says it was an immense amount of recording where you would just say strange parts of words, sometimes letters, sometimes whole paragraphs that were medical and like a list of Norwegian names. And I'm like, how often is this going to come up? And she continued by saying it was a little bit hard, a little bit of everything, and you had to say it without stopping. So we would do like 1,500 chunks of a dialogue a day. It was fun and completely different. Peacock announced Monday it has ordered a series based on the movie Field of Dreams. The Good Place and Parks and Recreation's creator Michael Schur will write and executive produce. The series takes its name from the 1989 film starring Kevin Costner. That book was based on the W.P. Kinsella's book Shoeless Joe. In the film, Ray Kinsella, played by Costner, hears a voice on his Iowa farm saying, "If you build it, he will come." So he plows his farm crops to build a baseball field. Kinsella's field becomes home to the ghosts of famous baseball players like Shoeless Joe Jackson, played by Ray Liotta. The field also reunites Kinsella with his father, a former catcher. A Peacock press release called Schur's Field of Dreams a reimagining. However, the release does indicate it will still be set in Iowa like the featured film. Universal Studios released the movie Field of Dreams. NBC Universal owns the Peacock streaming service. Peacock previously announced a series based on the Universal Studio film Ted. Schur also created and executive produces Rutherford Falls on Peacock, which is a streaming service renewed for a second season. Schur also created the upcoming Netflix animated series Q-Force with Sean Hayes. Field of Dreams producer Lawrence Gordon is also the executive producer of the Peacock series, along with EPs David Miner and Morgan Sackett. CBS will be celebrating 50 years of The Price is Right with the primetime special on September 30th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The special will look back at the game show's biggest winners, show never-before-seen outtakes, and pay tribute to former host Bob Barker as contestants play for luxury cards and cash prizes. The Price is Right Season 50 will premiere September 13th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The new season will kick off a week-long set of games in which contestants can win up to $1 million. Season 50 will also feature a new game, Back to 72, in which contestants will be tested on pricing items that appeared on the show during its early years. The Price is Right will also look back at the game's show's biggest winners, show never before seen outtakes, and pay tribute to former host Bob Barker. The Price is Right started in 1972 with Bob Barker hosting the first 35 years. Drew Carey then became the host starting in 2007. Barker said in his statement the show has been the most enthusiastic and fun audience that one could ever ask for. They truly were and are the heart and soul of the show. I had the privilege and pleasure of working with a dedicated and talented cast and crew for 35 years. Particularly close to my heart was the ability of our vast popularity gave me to remind our entire audience daily about the importance of spaying and neutering your pets. It was an incredible, memorable ride. And he finally added, once again, congratulations to The Price is Right on 50 historic years. Here's to 50 more. Carey added, hosting The Price is Right has been a dream job for me, and I can't even call it a job with a straight face because I get such joy out of it. Imagine spending every work day surrounded by happy, positive strangers. It's been amazing. I've never really thought my safe space would be on a soundstage, wearing a mic, cameras on me constantly with millions of people watching, but that's what The Price is Right is for me. I love it. Camila Cabello, Jason Aldean, Kristen Chenoweth, and Dierks Bentley have been selected to be battle advisors on The Voice Season 21. Cabello will be advising Coach John Legend, while Aldean joining Kelly Clarkson, Chenoweth joining Ariana Grande, and Bentley joining Blake Shelton. Cabello said on Twitter on Monday, "That's right, hashtag Team Legend. Thank you, John Legend, for letting me work with you insanely with your insanely talented team and advise for this season's battle rounds." Grande said on Twitter about Chenoweth, "I cannot tell you how thankful I am to have shared this with her and to have been able to teach with someone I have learned the absolute most from. My heart is in shambles. We had the most fun. I love my team. I love my Chino." Grande is joining the singing competition series as a coach for the first time. The Voice Season 21 premieres September 20th on NBC. Cam Anthony was crowned the winner of The Voice in Season 20 in May. Lenny Henry, Mirren Mack, and 8 others have joined the cast of Netflix prequel series The Witcher Blood Origin. Henry will play Balar with Mack as Merwin in the 6-episode limited series. Jacob Collins as Erdine, Lizzie Annis as Zakir, Hugh Novella as Brother Deaf, Francesca Mills as Mildoff, Amy Murray as Finkrick, Nathaniel Curtis as Brian, Zach Wyatt as Sindril, and Dylan Moran as Thuruk One Nut are also joining the cast. The Witcher Blood Origin takes place 1,200 years before The Witcher and explores the creation of the first prototype Witcher and the events that led to the creation of the Conjunction of the Spears, where the worlds of monsters, men, and elves merge into one. Lawrence O'Farian as Jal, Michelle Yeoh as Skayan, and Sophia Brown as Illy lead the prequel series. Sarah Gorman and Vicky Juleson have additionally joined as directors. Declan DeBarra is serving as a showrunner and executive producer along with The Witcher creator Lauren Schmidt-Hirsch. Netflix The Witcher franchise is based on a series of books by author Andrzej Spakowski, who serves as the creative consultant on Blood Origin. The Witcher Season 2, starring Henry Cavill, is coming to Netflix on December 17th. Ryan Reynolds says the much-discussed cameo in Free Guy was entirely his wife, Blake Lively's idea. The 44-year-old actor thanked Lively for her support Monday on Instagram stories following the release of Free Guy last week. Reynolds shared a photo of himself smiling as Lively snuggled up to his chest outside. He captioned the post, "Free Guy won't be the movie it is without Blake Lively. She was essential in every part of the making of this film, creatively and emotionally, and the cameo everyone is talking about was entirely her idea." Hashtag work life. In Free Guy, Reynolds plays Guy, a bank teller who discovers he is a non-player character in an open-world video game. Chris Evans makes a cameo as Captain America towards the end of the film. Free Guy is directed by Sean Levy and co-stars Jodie Comer, Lil Ray Howery, Utkarsh Ambedkar, Joe Keery, and Tika Waititi. Reynolds and Lively married in September 2012 and have 3 daughters, James, Inez, and Betty. In July, the couple celebrated their 10th anniversary on their first date together. Reynolds will next star in Red Notice, a Netflix action thriller co-starring Dwayne Johnson and Gal Gadot. Lively will produce and star in Lady Killer, a Netflix film based on the Dark Horse Comics book series. The Museum of Broadway announced on Monday it will open the first permanent immersive museum dedicated to the history of the theater in the summer 2022 in Times Square. Founders Julie Boardman and Diana Coletti postponed the opening of the museum at 145 West 45th Street, which had been scheduled to debut last year because of COVID-19 pandemic. Boardman said, according to Deadline, "We are thrilled to create a museum honoring Broadway's extraordinary history, the trailblazers who pushed the art form forward and celebrated its bright future." Boardman is a 4-time Tony-nominated producer, and Nicoletti is the founder of the Rubric Marketing. The museum will take visitors through the timeline of Broadway, highlighting pioneers in theater, social movements, and game-changing plays and musicals. Immersive video projections will demonstrate the migration of the industry from the financial district to Union Square, Herald Square, and Times Square. A special exhibition honoring theater professionals will provide a behind-the-scenes look at the industry. Nicoletti told the New York Times, "We really thought it would be this great idea that was a hybrid of both an experimental museum that's very interactive and colorful and fun, as well as making sure that we were really getting the integrity of the history of Broadway by including costumes and artifacts and historic elements as well. Partners include the Al Hirschfield Foundation, Playbill, Broadway Care Equity Fights Against AIDS, New York Public Library for the Performing Arts, Concord Theatricals, Creative Goods, Costume Industry Coalition, and Godspeed Music. More than 200 comedians, including Colin Quinn, Michelle Wolf, Nick Kroll, and Bill Maher, will perform during the 2021 New York Comedy Film Festival in November. Organizers announced on Monday. 7-day event will take place November 8th to the 14th at venues throughout the city's 5 boroughs. The festival, which will feature more than 100 shows, is back after being canceled last year because of COVID-19 pandemic. Performers and attendees will be required to show proof of COVID-19 vaccinations in keeping with public health guidelines and New York City mandates. Tickets will be available online for pre-sale from 11 a.m. Wednesday to 10 p.m. Sunday. Maher said, according to page 6, of all the gigs I missed being of the pandemic, missed this one hurt the most. Thrilled to be back. Events organizers team up with the essential workers from the Fire Department of New York, the New York Police Department, and the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, along with doctors, nurses, teachers, grocery store workers, and restaurant employees to announce the initial lineup. Other comedians who will take part include Alok, Michelle Buteau, Ronnie Chang, Tim Dillon, Gary Goldman, John Lovett, Norm MacDonald, Brian Regan, Andrew Santino, Megan Statler, and Veer Das. Venues include Apollo Theater, the Beacon Theater, Carnegie Hall, Caroline's on Broadway, Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden, and Town Hall. Caroline Hirsch, the founder and owner of the New York Comedy Festival, said, "We are committed not only to bringing the laughter back to New York City, but also creating opportunities for neighborhood venues across the 5 boroughs that are the backbone of New York's comedy scene, which suffered so much during the pandemic." Music legend Bob Dylan has been sued by a woman who claims that he drugged and sexually assaulted her in 1965 when she was 12 years old. In a civil lawsuit filed Friday in New York City, the woman, identified only as JC, claimed Dylan groomed her for sexual abuse by providing her with drugs and alcohol during the 6-week period during 1965 in his room at the Chelsea Hotel in New York's Greenwich Village. Lawyers for the alleged victim, who now lives in Greenwich, Connecticut, said the singer established an emotional connection with her to lower her inhibitions with the object of sexual abusing her, which he did. JC, the suit claims he has suffered lifelong severe psychological damage and emotional trauma from the alleged abuse, including depression, anxiety, and dissociation. The suit does not specify what damages are being sought for the 80-year-old music and civil rights icon. In a statement issued to NBC News, a spokesperson for Dylan says the 56-year-old claim is untrue and will be vigorously defended. Dylan is known for his hits Blowing in the Wind, The Times They Are Changing, Like a Rolling Stone, Lay Lady Lay, Forever Young, Knocking on Heaven's Door, Tangle Up in Blue, Gotta Serve Somebody, Make You Feel My Love, and Things Have Changed. He has earned 10 Grammys, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, a Golden Globe, and an Oscar throughout his storied career, and was presented with the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2016 for having created a new poetic expression within the great American song tradition. That year, the University of Tulsa and the George Kaiser Family Foundation acquired his archive of letters, photographs, videos, and manuscripts. The entertainer has sold more than 125 million records, and before the coronavirus pandemic hit, had been performing about 100 shows a year. Korn has rescheduled a number of shows due to frontman Jonathan Davis testing positive for COVID-19. The band said Monday that it will postpone or cancel several concerts on its summer tour. Korn wrote on Instagram, "We really appreciate your patience as we work out the next steps for our tour." On Saturday, we received the unfortunate news that Jonathan tested positive for COVID, and needless to say, we had to postpone the show last minute. As a result of his positive test, we also need to reschedule the next handful of shows. As always, our primary goal is to ensure the safety of everyone involved, so this is something that has to be done. Jonathan's spirits are high, and he's resting and recovering now. The band also said, "We are disappointed as you are about the circumstances, but we'll get through it, though, and we can't wait to see you once again. firing on all cylinders once again. We thank you all for your love. 6 shows for September and October, and canceled its August 24th and 25th concerts in Darien Center, New York, and Syracuse, New York, respectively. The band is scheduled to resume its tour August 27th in Tinley Park, Illinois. Madonna and Warner Music Group have entered into a new partnership and will reissue the singer's classic albums over the next few years. Madonna will curate deluxe editions of many of her landmark albums, introduce unique releases for special events, and more under the partnership. The albums will be reissued starting in 2022, which marks the 40th anniversary of Madonna's recording debut with the release of her 1982 single "Everybody." The 63-year-old released her debut self-titled album in 1983 under Warner Brothers music group label Sire Records. Madonna's last 3 albums were under Interscope, including MDNA, Rebel Heart, and Madam X from 2019. The 3 albums will join the Warner catalog starting in 2025 as part of the new partnership. Madonna said in a statement, "Since the very beginning, Warner Bros. Music Group has helped me bring my music and vision to all my fans around the world with the utmost care and consideration. They have been amazing partners, and I am delighted to be embarking on this next chapter with them to celebrate my catalog for the last 40 years. Madonna will release a Madam X documentary through Paramount Plus on October 8th. The documentary follows Madonna's Madam X tour, which ran from September 2019 to March 2020. And finally, Ray Charles, the Judds, Eddie Bayers, and Pete Drake are set to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame as the class of 2021. Reba McEntire announced the inductees on behalf of the Country Music Association on Monday. Plans for an induction ceremony will be announced at a later date. The late Charles is entering the Hall of Fame as Veterans-era artist, with the Judds as the modern-era artists. Bayers and Drake are entering under the recording and/or touring musician category. Charles, who died in 2004, famously released the influential country album Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music in 1962, and has worked with the likes of Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson. The Judds, consisting of Naomi and her daughter Winona Judge, earned 20 top 10 hits from 1984 to 1991, including 14 number 1 singles. Bayers is a studio drummer who worked on Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 and Odd Jobs album from 1980, and has worked with the Judds, Ricky Skaggs, George Strait, Alan Jackson, and Kelly Chesney. Drake was a pedal steel guitarist who worked with Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, George Harrison, and Elvis Presley, and produced albums for Ringo Starr and B.J. Thomas. And last year, Dean Dillon, Marty Stewart, and Hank Williams were part of the Country Music Hall of Fame class of 2020. And that is your entertainment report for Tuesday, August 17th, 2021. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.